Okay, so I wasn't planning on making this, but you know, I have something to prove. I have something to stand for. So, just to make sure that I am 100% proving it using a completely unmodified copy of Fire Emblem 6, I'm playing the Japanese version. No, I don't speak Japanese. Uh, I don't care. I have to prove this. And the thing I'm proving in question is, can you support twice per map in FE6? Now, if it's FE7 and FE8, you can't. And you shouldn't try to. Because what happens is you can build support points infinitely in FE7 and FE8. However, when the support points reach the initial level for said like one pairing, you have the conversation and then you cannot have another conversation on that map. This stops you from reaching A rank in one map on any support. You can have 5 C supports, but you cannot do 2 supports with one pairing in one map in FE7 and 8. However, in FE6, this is different. The system works a little differently. I'm just going to skip the cutscene. In FE6, supports are limited by how many points you can build per chapter. So knowing this, in essence, it's 120 support points per chapter, and that goes for every unit falls under the same stuff. I don't really need to change all those options. I just wanted to go faster and look nice. So if one pairing is building supports, it takes from the entire pool of 120 support points. So, in order to avoid building any support points with anyone else for this test, I'm making sure not to use anyone else next to each other, except for Boris. He doesn't support with anyone early on. And I'm going to solo the maps with Marcus. And in place of anybody else's supports, I'm going to be building the Roy Bolt support because it's a decently fast support. And what you're going to want to do is fully build the Roy Bolt support for C level within Chapter 1, but do not activate it. You'll see it later when it happens. So let's just speed this up. Don't want to waste you guys' time. I understand the confusion because they're all GBA games, and you assume that the system is the same between all of the games, but it's not. So while support points in FE6 are limited by how many support points you can get per map, it does not stop you from having multiple conversations. You might think it would, since you usually don't have enough support points to build 2 supports in one map. There are characters who can, mainly Lilina and Roy. But in order to test this, I want to showcase this on the earliest possible chapter in the most reasonable conditions, which is normal mode with the Roy Volt support. It's decently fast. He starts with 30 base support points per level, and to be specific, per level you need 60 support points to attain C rank. To obtain B rank you need 120, and to attain A rank, you need 200. Since Volt Roy starts with a base 30, you can support them, and it will, I'm not gonna go how long it takes, like how many turns, but the C rank starts at 30, and it only takes 60, so therefore 60 minus 30 is 30. For B rank, in order to max it out, you need 120, but you still start with that base 30. So, in order to max out the rank, you only need 90 support points. In theory, this would let you max support within just the first map, but I think it's easier to just show it on the second map, since you'll just start the chapter and it will say, oh yeah, you can support, you know? And you don't have to click it, you can just wait. There we go. It's really hard to tell what's happening, because I can't see. But anyways, you can see no supports built right now. So, what you want to do now is just mash and turn. A lot harder on PC for me. I usually play on phone. The Nintendo phone. Anyways, you can see now, Roy and Volt have a support. Now, rather than click the support, I'm going to end the chapter. Seize the point, and start chapter 2. Now, once again, you're going to want to beat this chapter with only Marcus. I mean, I guess you could technically beat it with anyone, just don't build support points with anyone but Roy and Volt. So, let's go ahead and move Marcus down here. It really doesn't matter what he's building. I guess he would prefer 2 range because there's some hand axe dudes down here, but don't worry about it. So let's move Roy and Walt over here, and there we go. So these guys spawn in. You gotta be careful because they all support with each other. So move everyone out of the way, and move Deke over to the fort where he can start clearing out enemies. Move Shauna onto the mountain so that she can't be attacked. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if she dies, but, you know, you still just don't want it to happen. Yeah, this guy has a hand axe. So, go ahead and just let the map play out. Make sure nobody's in range so it doesn't get any, like, more awkward. And once again, just make sure the only people who can support are Roy and Walt. Now just let the thing play out. Kill this guy. Devlin is annoying. Whatever, I'll just hit and turn, it doesn't matter. Keep going. Until you've cleared the map. You don't actually need to clear the map, but I just find it, it's just like, it's less distracting, you know? Moving. Here we go. Alright, so now that that's happened, you can hear the victory music playing. Here's the Roy. Here's well, that's the Walt, this is the Roy. And you can see, once again, they have supports. No one else has supports. So let's go ahead and initiate that support combo. You can see they're supporting, blah blah blah. We can skip that. Support built. Now we're gonna have to wait 45 turns. So let's just do this. I think it's 45. I don't know. It takes a while, obviously. You wouldn't want to do this in vanilla play unless you're, like, in a really bad situation in Iron Man. It's useful knowledge to know, but it's more just a proof of concept. You can support twice, I'm not counting, by the way. I'm just mashing. So we shall see. Now I'm counting 6, 11, 12, 13, 17, 21, 22. It doesn't help that I started counting after like in the middle of when I started. Okay, so this should be enough, and you can see they have another support. And just to check, here we can even move them out of the way, so you can see like the 2 different times they're at different positions, same map, same video, same everything, and they're supporting again. It's a different conversation. You might not be able to tell because it's in Japanese, but it's different. It's factually, you can support twice per map in FE6. Would you ever do this? Probably not. You can do it with Royal Lilina, and a lot of people do like to do that because it's a ton of fun. That does mean that you have to give a lot of support points to just one pairing, but sometimes that is worth it. Roy Lilina in particular is just a very good support for both Roy and Lilina. Being a mage, Lilina has access to a fire tome. It's 95 hit. She does pretty decent damage, and with the Roy support, she'll actually be fairly accurate despite her low level. This doesn't make her suddenly an amazing unit. I'm not going to tell you that. She still has her issues, her flaws. She still joins late, low level, with, like, not good stats. However, it's important to note that you definitely can max out her support within just 2 chapters. You see, there's 120 support points per chapter, and Lilina Roy takes 212 support points. So, across 2 chapters, you will have a spare 28 support points beyond just fully supporting Roy Lilina. You achieve B support within 1 chapter, and then the next chapter, you can have an A support. It is possible. Realistic? Probably not in most runs, but it is of note. Anyways, I hope this was informative. And thanks for viewing, non-existent people. Goodbye.